podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
AJ,
well done, yes sir.
I think you could spit a little bath. We give you a couple words.
Maybe
2 words, not 4.
I like to blow my trumpet and that, do you know what I mean? In my last fight, I had to watch my weight. I'm eating too much, even though I'm a heavyweight.
Yay!
I'm on time and I'm never ever late. I'm hustling hard so I can go on and be a great. In JD, chilling with my mates. I stay low key, never ever moving bait. Keep it calm, ring the alarm. Man chat, get slapped with my palm.
AJ! Shut down! My God!
Sky's the limit, baby.
BoxingWords.com.
We don't fight for rings and stuff like that. I don't fear anyone.
En este deporte no se viene a jugar y no le tengo miedo a nadie.
You don't come to play in this sport. I fear no one in this sport.
Does that mean that you will fight Triple G later this year?
Como lo dije en la pelea pasada, ahorita mismo me vuelvo a poner los guantes.
As I said in the last fight, right now I'll put on the gloves again.
¡Viva México!
Canelo wants to unify all the titles.
When did you realize, Andy, that you could take his power?
Because of the Mexican warrior that I am, I got that Mexican blood in me. So, talking about the Mexican style, I just proved it.
BoxingWords.com.
Ain't no other sight in the game can see the boxing boys.
Good morning, TBV, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another morning edition. Oh, man. Hey, it's time to talk. It's time to start taking this man serious. Look, I'm not going to tell you that I'm 100% sold on what it is that we're going to discuss today. But I'm definitely well past the 50% mark. I think that I'm fully on board with AJ and the belief of him truly wanting to unify and be undisputed. We spoke about this matter yesterday because he took to social media, and many people felt like it was clout chasing because he did it on social media, his own verified social media, I might add. Many people had a lot to say. They said he didn't say Wilder's name, you know? And I understood why he didn't say Wilder's name. I mean, at the end of the day, Wilder needs to face Fury, and the winner is who he wants to unify with and undispute with. I mean, at the end of the day, he's seeking the belt, not the name. But he must have heard all the panicking, all the cries, everyone believing or not believing that he was serious, everyone claiming he was clout chasing. So looks like he sat down with the BBC podcast and had a lot to say, and spoke directly about Wilder Fury winner and wanting to do the fight in 2020. So, you know, that right there is the biggest piece of news in my opinion. I mean, yesterday coming out and saying, let's get this trending, many people took it differently. You know, they're like, yo, he just wants to talk about it. He wants us to be talking about it. He wants to get it buzzing. But we misinterpreted that for sure. He wants to get it buzzing so that it can happen next year, not 2021. Not 2021. And I'm still holding firm on step aside money. Now, obviously, he's saying Wilder Fury winner, which means both parties. And by parties, I mean Wilder and Fury and AJ. AJ being one party, Wilder Fury being another together because they're facing each other. So that party has one fight. AJ can still have his one fight. He's the IBF, the IBO, the WBA, and the WBO heavyweight world champion. He's got to do some sort of a mandatory with the WBO and the IBF. So he could pay one person step aside money and face one person. And then end the 2020, face Wilder Fury winner. And let's be clear. He's saying Wilder Fury winner. I see a lot of people in the chat saying Wilder won't want it. Well, thanks. You're in the right place. At least you're here letting us know that you believe Wilder is going to beat Fury so bad, so clearly, that you're not even putting Fury in this conversation, which AJ has already put him in. AJ is only seeking a fight with the winner of Wilder Fury. Now, for those that wanted him to be specific, that were seeking a little bit more from AJ, well, he says, and I quote, "It has to happen in 2020. We're in the same division, same era. If these guys want to make history, especially Wilder, if these guys want to make history, especially Wilder,
There's only one Deontay Wilder.
You're right. There is only one Deontay Wilder, so there is no confusion as to who he's speaking to specifically, especially when using the word especially. Okay, but he says because he has the last belt. We created history by becoming two-time champion of the world, and I feel like we can add to that legacy in 2020. 2020, not 2021, not the end of 2021. In 2020. In 2020. These quotes are coming from Joshua himself, as told to the BBC radio too. So, again, back-to-back posts, back-to-back information with the same energy. A lot of people, deflecting yesterday, believing this was clout chasing. Now we have more information, more quotes to go off of instead of just his social media posts. Now I know that there's a big debate about whether or not this unification for Undisputed could even happen because, like I mentioned earlier, the IBF and the WBO have already ordered to make mandatory defenses. But step aside money is a thing. It is real. It is very real. And it could be given to many fighters. It's up to the fighter to take it. Obviously, when Wilder was offered the thought of accepting step-aside money when he was in line to face Bermane Stiverne and Vladimir Klitschko wanted to face Bermane, Wilder said it would take $10 million because he knew it was a number that they wouldn't give him because, like he says in his quote, that's what it's going to take to get me not to stay in line and face Bermane for the WBC belt. So Pulev, Usyk, they may not want to. But Usyk being in-house, think about it this way. Usyk being in-house, can't he get paid step-aside money? Didn't he already want to face Chisora? So wouldn't he be more willing to wait for Joshua? Regardless if Joshua wins or loses, if he accepted step-aside money, he would still be the mandatory. So they can easily give step-aside money to Alexander Usyk and a fight with Derek Chisora on UK pay-per-view. All the incentives needed to step aside. Allow Anthony Joshua to face Kubrat Pulev for his IBF. Defend it versus the 38, 39-year-old stiff Bulgarian. And then 2020 make it motherfucking happen. And I believe that he can. I believe that the energy is there. It's different now. He seems serious. This isn't just social media. I mean, he could have easily said 2021, we got a lot going on. I got 2 mandatories. No. He's still saying 2020. He still feels he can handle whatever situation is thrown at him by the IBF and by the WBO. So I am really liking it, man. I'm really liking what it is that I'm hearing from him. I don't know. I think that our energy with Joshua needs to change. Now, listen, you're entitled to say that he's clout chasing. You're entitled to believe that he's clout chasing. But All that stops in 12 months. If December comes back around and we still have no fight, then we knew he was bullshitting. But there's only one guy saying let's do it in 2020. There's only one guy pushing to do it in 2020. So we got to start believing this energy is all I'm saying. It seems pretty real to me. Looks that way. It looks that way. You know? I don't see what's the angle here. I can't see what would be his motive to keep claiming he wants to unify or to be undisputed and claiming that he wants to do that in 2020. Again, I mean, it's not like we haven't been here before with Joshua where he's given us his time frame. So he's not shy about that. So again, if he wanted more time, if he felt like it wasn't realistic or he didn't want to face Wilder Fury winner in 2020, he wouldn't put a date on it. He wouldn't put a time frame. He would say 2021. What the world is already assuming. What is he to gain from faking like he wants to get it done this year? You know, I think that he wants to get it done. I think that it's easy to give Alexander Usyk some step-aside money, give him a UK pay-per-view versus Derek Chisora. Wham, bam, thank you, my man, allowing AJ to be free to face Pulev. Now, the Pulev fight is a little trickier, stickier, because Bob Arum is involved, and it may go to purse bid. But I think that Eddie, who's done business with Bob already and has seeked out the services of Bob Arum fighters already and has paid them well to come over to Dazn already, will just do that not to get in a bidding war. I think the last thing he wants to do is allow Joshua to go to ESPN. Now, with that same sentence in mind, think about it. Could that not be the smarter thing to do? Once again, pay Alexander Usyk step-aside money, purposely lose the purse bid, champion still gets the lion's share, and, well, you don't want to lose the purse bid, actually, because then you won't get to promote. Maybe we can do a co-promotion. Maybe a co-promotion, but still allowing AJ to go to ESPN to get that exposure. You know? Now, I can see a world where John Skipper would not want this to happen, being as though he was a former ESPN employee, and it may be competition to him, and he doesn't want to see his biggest fish on a rival network. But again, if we're thinking long-term, letting AJ possibly go to ESPN to face Pulev could build his exposure and popularity in the United States. He'll get all the treatment that Crawford has been getting this fight week and be on all the platinum, premium ESPN shows like First Take and whatever else they got over there. Max on Boxing. I mean, they've paraded Crawford through all of them. So I'm sure, and Fury, they've done Fury that way. So I'm sure they would do AJ that way just to build up the fight, right? Because Bob will be looking at it as a way to not only get views, but possibly subscribers to the app. But I see you, Kat. She says Dazn and Matchroom won't let that happen. But again, we're thinking from a exposure standpoint. Do you really want to get in a bidding war with Bob? Do you really want to overpay to make sure that fight lands on Dazn? Or do you want to come to an agreement where Joshua can get a one-off fight on ESPN, which is a very huge network that is in hundreds of millions of houses? So, he'll get that exposure necessary to continue to build his brand here in America. Now, again, I'm optimistic. I like to dream. That's just one of those dreams. But it is a possible option, in my opinion. I think it is something to consider at the very least. But yeah, man, let's I want to go out to the callers. If anybody wants to give their opinion on this subject, you know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Now, so someone says clickbait. We all know AJ's not serious about the fight with Deontay. Well, you guys asked yesterday for him to say his name specifically. He did. He said Wilder especially. He said Wilder has the belt. So, again, I think our energy needs to change, no? There's only one guy saying that he wants this fight to happen in 2020. And now this is the second time in a row. I don't know. What do you mean? Like, stop. Everybody's like, stop it with this. Stop reporting on this shit. This is BBC radio. Like, so you don't believe him is what you're saying. You don't think that Alexander Usyk will take step-aside money and that he could beat a 39-year-old Pulev? I'm not understanding. What's the... I mean, I don't know. What is the joke here or the big mystery? Why is a unification for Undisputed not possible? I think that we need to hold him to his words. Why else would he be continually saying this? Now, let's keep in mind that when asked in the past about Undisputed, he would say he didn't want to be rushed. I think his energy is different now. You know, you guys saying waste of time, but his energy is different. It's just different. And if you can't see that, I don't know, maybe he experienced something in that loss and gained some sort of new vigor for the sport. And he's ready to challenge himself. Maybe once he lost, he was not lying about, you know, that burden being lifted from his shoulders. And maybe now he's ready to take on all comers. I don't understand why people don't believe him. I mean, at this point, we asked him to say Wilder's name. Now he said especially Wilder because he has that belt. He's also saying Wilder Fury winner. He's also saying it must happen in 2020. He's not saying maybe we could get it done in 2020. Let's negotiate. Let's see what happens. Those are all talking points that he used to say. I mean, all these new quotes sound very direct and very believable. Even the final quote of, and I quote, "If I don't fight those guys, I'll have to give up my belt, and I'd rather fight to defend them." And obviously he's talking about his mandatories, but like I spoke, you know, Alexander Usyk being Matchroom in-house, Dazn as well. I'm sure everybody in there, you know, on that side of the road can persuade Usyk to go fight Chisora like we all know he wants to. You know, keep building himself in the heavyweight division, feeling out true heavyweights before getting in there with the top dog or one of them in Joshua, and then face the older Pulev. And then, and I quote, "We created history by becoming a two-time world champion, and I feel like we can add to that legacy in 2020, end quote. And by adding to that legacy in 2020 would be collecting the last belt. The last belt. Why? Because, and I quote, "I feel like it's the Lord of the Rings, the last ring. Let's get it on. Let's make history," Joshua told the BBC Radio 2. So, again, this seems very real. Now, as boxing fans, we're fickle and we're a bit spoiled, or want to be. So maybe we want Joshua to go the extra step. Maybe we want him to show up at Wilder Fury. Maybe. But does he have to? If he's sending over an email, a term sheet, or an offer, does he have to go there? You know? Now, that's what we need next. It's all fine and dandy doing these social media posts and these radio interviews, but we need an offer next. We need an offer, and we're not going to rush him. We know he has some business to take care of, and again, I'm hoping, you know, this gets to his ears and he understands the easiest route would be to deal with Usyk in-house, Deal with Usyk in-house and allow Eddie to give him a little UK pay-per-view versus Chisora. A little bit of step-aside money. Everyone's happy. Face the older Pulev. And then set up Undisputed. Big dog style. 2020. End of 2020. Just like he's saying. I can see it. I definitely can see it. Listen, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, as this is a 7-day-a-week show, and I am live here 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central, 6 a.m. West Coast, and the number to call in, and don't forget, 2 o'clock p.m. UK time. Right now, pulling in around 2:30 UK time, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. Don't forget to call in. Give us your opinion. 1-425-569-5241. Remember, you got to press one time to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Let us know what you think about these new Anthony Joshua quotes. The fight with Wilder versus Fury. Winner must happen in 2020. I see a lot of people in the chat saying Wilder won't fight him. There is no sort of belief or confidence in Tyson Fury from what I'm seeing. I mean, everyone is saying that Wilder doesn't want the fight. What about Fury? Can he not beat Wilder? May he not be the winner of Wilder versus Fury? Could he not be in that position to possibly face Anthony Joshua for Undisputed? Maybe. I don't understand why people are taking him out the question. Maybe it's just better or easier to have someone to hate. People might like Fury's story and don't necessarily want to down him. Don't want to make him out to be what they believe he was in the past. Because he has a history of pulling out. He has a history of not necessarily being trustworthy when it comes to rematches. He has a history of not necessarily fighting the fights that we want. I mean, I think we put a lot of into Fury and, watched him pull out of a few significant fights that we wanted, fights that would have been good for the heavyweight division. Let's not forget, Fury's never defended a title. He might have won a belt, but he's never defended a belt. That's like a common theme with champions. How much of a champion are you if you haven't defended the title? People question champions who won their title vacant. They call them paper champs. So, Fury gets the ultimate credit for beating the man that was the man, but he never defended those titles. And, he went into like a 2-3 year hiatus. But he has a chance, right? He definitely has a chance. Most people felt that he was beating Wilder, and that's why I'm just not understanding why all throughout the chat it's just like, oh no, Wilder would never fight him. It's like, whoa, so you guys are not giving Fury any sort of shot to beat Wilder February 22nd if that happens. But once again, the number to call in 1-425-569-5241. Press one time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. We just got the audio in which we're speaking of, and I want to credit Rob in the UK. I'm going to go ahead and play this.
Want to see you fight Fury or Wilder? Is that going to happen in 2020?
It has to happen in 2020, and we're in the same division, same era. If these guys want to make history, especially Wilder, because he has the last belt.
Now, I mean, he said it there. I mean, it's different me reading it, but him saying it, especially Wilder. So, like, what more do you want? It's different. It's not social media anymore. He's not saying, let's get it trending. This is what the fans want. Let's do it. No. He's saying 2020, man. I like it.
It's the Lord of the Rings, the last ring. Let's get it on. Let's make history. So we created history, becoming 2-time champion of the world. And I feel like we can add to that legacy in 2020.
And
there you go. Why can't we add to that? Like, AJ's full of shit. what is going on here? You asked him to say Wilder's name just yesterday. Just yesterday, you said he has to say Wilder's name. This isn't even being direct. Like, what's going on? Now he says Wilder's name. Nah, that ain't enough. You know, I was mad that we were talking 2021. I thought he was going to do two mandatories in 2020 and be tied up the entire year. He's saying 2020 for Undisputed. And now you guys are like, nah, he's lying. Talk is cheap. This guy's a liar. I don't understand, man. What is it that you want him to say? Because just yesterday you wanted him to say Wilder's name. Just yesterday you wanted him to be more direct. I don't know. Oh, now I'm gullible. Oh, wow. All right. I guess I'm wrong, man. I guess it's all smoke and mirrors for AJ. And I guess he has the best resume in heavyweight boxing of any current heavyweight for no reason. I mean, you know, what you guys don't get is that we have audio. Like, I don't know if I can dust it up because it's been so long. It's been about 3 years, right? But, I mean, AJ has told us that we weren't going to be rushed, or he wasn't going to rush him. We weren't going to rush him, rather. And that he would fight Wilder when he was ready. And how do you know that time isn't now? I mean, when he put a timeline on it back in the past, he said 2020. You know, he said 2020 back in the day. Even his handlers, Hearn and Barry, they wanted 2020. We were upset. But now we're here, guys. We're 15, 16 days out from 2020. The wait is over. He got what he wanted. This is what he said. I wonder if this is that audio. No, this is not. This is Joshua Wilder, let's go. That's after the fight. But there's so much of it, man. I mean, Joshua has said he won't be rushed. And I think this is his time now. They wanted like 2 years. It's been like 3 and it'll be 4, I believe, in January sometime. I could have the timeline wrong because, you know, people like to count maybe the month that he got his belt. I don't know. I'm going off of years. I'm going off of 2016. They both had belts. They both talked about each other. It never happened. We're going to 2020. That's 4 years. Now, you know, whether it's 3 years and some months, blah, 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 it doesn't matter to me. I'm going off the year. And Barry Hearn, Anthony Joshua, 2 years ago, they were on par with 2020. So for him to have that energy now, I don't see why it's not believable. You know, maybe he put a lot of stuff into perspective with the loss. Maybe he's thinking like, all right, I need to do this now rather than later. Maybe the loss, like I said, reinvigorated him the way that he mentioned already. And he's really back in love with the sport and ready to compete. I don't get it. I don't get why. Look, I mean, yesterday we asked him to say Wilder's name. He's saying it. You know, yesterday we thought it was 2021, and he's saying we could get it done in 2020. He's saying it must happen. It must. And he's the A side. Let's be real. If Wilder was saying it must, or AJ was saying, Fury was saying it must happen in 2020, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter if they were saying it must happen in 2020. It only matters if AJ's saying it because AJ is the A side. AJ is the one that can sweeten up the deal. AJ is the one that can send the right amount of money to make it happen. It's just that simple. He's got all the belts. He's in control. He can now truly make it happen. If he is ready for 2020, well, then you got to get on par because it's no different than any other Willy Wonka ticket in the sport. When Floyd calls you, you answer. Canelo calls you, you answer. AJ calls, you answer. You answer, especially if you're going to put all the titles on the line. Especially. So, I don't know. I don't understand or get the disbelief. I don't know. I think it's time to stop doubting him, right? Like, I was one of the main guys sitting here saying, yo, he shouldn't take the immediate rematch. If he loses, he might retire. He won't fight again. And look, my man Spark Ruiz. It wasn't the performance I want, but it's the same performance that Fury gave Vlad. And it got him the belt. It got him the treasure. You know? We may not like it. AJ may not like it.
Nah, boxed 12 rounds and ran. Don't respect that.
But he lives to fight another day, and he's talking Undisputed. We ain't talking about no one else talking Undisputed. We ain't talking about no one else with all 4 belts. So, you know, we might not have loved that performance, but he lives to fight another day. And that's what's important, because the big fight that I want is Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. And if they could give it to me in 2020, I will be one happy boxing fan. We got pound for pound supporter Andre Diakin, who says, until I get a press release, I don't want to hear nothing about this dream event. AJ sipping too much spiked eggnog right now. Hashtag happy holidays. I don't know, man. I think you guys are looking at it differently. He's the A side. He's the A side. These words will come back to bite him if they go into negotiations or don't go into negotiations. Like, you can't just say you want to fight in 2020 and not send an offer. So come on, guys, let's get behind it. He wants it in 2020. That means an offer's coming. He's got to handle some business. Like I said, I'm going to keep reiterating, you know, give Usyk a pay-per-view with Chisora in the UK and some step-aside money. Get him out the way. Go face old man Kurbrat Pulev. Get him out the way physically. AJ gets the knockout on him, builds his name back up. Now he's back in the knockout streak. Then negotiate with Wilder. Easy peasy. Trenton Jones. I can't wait for Wilder to come on the show. Yeah, man. I mean, he's in the Vatican right now, man. I tried to get him right before, but he was on the way to the airport. If I would have been that TMZ guy, I would have got him. But, you know, who's going to go to Alabama airport? Agreed to disagree TV. He also said, give me $50 million. He lied about that or about it. I mean, again, so, all right. We could bring up a laundry list of things that he said in the past and that Wilder said in the past and that Fury said in the past and that Eddie said in the past and that Bob said in the past. Let's try leaving the past in the past. Let's try dealing with this new AJ energy where he's saying, let's get it done in 2020. That's what he's saying. There is no more. He already has had his conversation with his handlers where he can't ask for a specific amount in videos. We know that. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. And you and I believe that that's all it was. It was tongue in cheek. Okay? They were never, they being the Matchroom, Eddie, Barry, they were never going to give up the power of A-Side. You know, regardless of how much money was brought to them, they need to control the event. It's their event. And that's cool. And that's why they didn't take it. But now they're back and they can make an offer now. They can definitely make an offer. They're the ones in the media saying 2020. They're the ones saying it must happen. So we need to see an email from Eddie Hearn, a term sheet from Eddie Hearn. Not see it physically, but at least hear that it was sent. No. Now, I got Shelly Finkel scheduled for Tuesday or Wednesday next week. So we're going to ask him. We're going to ask him, is he going to check the temperature on this? Is he going to see? Does he feel it's possible? You know, he might say his own no and give his reasons as to why. And it could be because of the Wilder Fury. You know, maybe they want to just focus on that before they start looking ahead. And maybe their excuse is, well, hey, we don't want to do what AJ did. AJ was thinking of Wilder in the first fight with Ruiz and ended up slipping up. We just want to think of Fury, then we'll think of AJ. Maybe he'll give us a coy answer like that. You know, not really let us know too much because, you know, that's how Shelly is at times. But this is the energy we want from AJ. I think it's time to believe him. You know, we doubted he would take the rematch. We doubted he would win the rematch. We doubted yesterday that he was talking about Wilder. Now he comes out and says he wants Undisputed for 2020. He comes out and says, especially Wilder. And we're still not believing him. I don't know. And look, I'm not saying it's the gospel. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying put your bets on AJ Wilder or Fury winner. happening this year. I'm not saying put all your money, take out a second on it. I'm not. But I'm saying, can we give a man the benefit of the doubt? Can we give him the benefit of the doubt? Aren't things starting to line up? Isn't 2020 the year that Barry and Eddie have always said? Isn't 2020 the audio that's been out there of Anthony Joshua and what's his kid name's Nelson? Johnny Nelson? Like, that's old audio. We know that. As Wilder fans, we've heard all this 2020 talk. And the fact that he's not pushing the goalpost back to 2021, why are we doubting him? He could easily be saying 2021 if he didn't really want the fight. He could be changing it. I think he found something in him in that loss and win to Ruiz. I think that he found his hunger for the game with the loss, and then I think he found his confidence with the win. And I believe he's ready. Now, look, it's not set in stone. He's got till December of 2020 to make it happen. But we doubted Clash in the Dunes. We doubted Saudi Arabia. Like, I don't know, man. I think it's just getting kind of corny to keep doubting at this point, you know? I'm with it. Yesterday, his message was, let's get it trending. That means keep talking about it. Keep it in our face so that it's not something that everyone can avoid. And then that wasn't enough for you, so he was specific about who he wanted to be undisputed with. And he didn't single anyone out except Wilder, but still kept Fury in the conversation saying Wilder Fury winner. So it's not just a personal vendetta with Wilder. No, it's all the smoke. It's all the smoke. And regardless of how I may feel that he went about certain wins in his resume, he still has those wins on his resume. He still is, 28 fights in. How many fights does the man have at this point? I don't know, bro. I think it's really time we stop doubting. Now, look, we can put a deadline on it. It can be December, and then he could burn his bridge with the boxing fans if that's the case. If December comes and there's not even failed negotiations, then we can cut him off. Then we can start not to believe him again. But I think that he's earned the right to be trusted and given the benefit of the doubt simply because we thought he wouldn't take the rematch. There were people calling in saying that he was going to pull out last minute, that there was going to be a freak accident, fake injury, so many things. The rain, the stadium wouldn't be built. They were going to buy more time. I mean, how many conspiracy theories did we come up with? He got knocked out before the fight. He was hurt before the fight. He got rocked before the fight. Damn. Can we give him the benefit of the doubt now? I don't know, bro. Look, man, 14255695241. Press 1 time. Voice your opinion right here. Don't forget, if you're watching this live on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show, helps us grow. Lets me know that, you like these topics, you like these morning shows, even on a Saturday morning, and it will help me to continue to do it. I'm going to go out to our callers. First, a quick word from our sponsors. And once again, just thank you to everyone who tunes in, subscribes to the YouTube channel right here at youtube.com/The Boxing Voice.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
It is hard to continue developing new content and covering the sport as thorough as we do without contributions from loyal listeners like you. If you enjoyed listening to The Boxing Voice Radio and find it informative and entertaining, please consider making a donation.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
All right. We got a super chat from Trenton Jones said, still not direct as tagging, but I'll take it. Damn, son. So you want him to at Wilder. This was a radio interview. Like, he said his name. He said especially Wilder. Like, whoa. Trenton Jones back with another. Well, first and foremost, Trenton Jones, thank you for the love. Thank you for being so engaging on the show. He says, AJ needs to use the media outlet that Wilder uses and call him out. Use TBV for call out. He only uses comfortable outlets, scared of real questions. I mean, I think that it didn't matter. Like, I mean, obviously our interview would have been better because it would have been a bit, more gritty, a little more down to earth. But they got the answers we wanted. Oh my God. Now it matters who's interviewing them. I get it. Look, it's not like I don't want to be the guy to interview him. It's not like I don't want to get him on the couch and chop it up with him. But, you choose who you choose. It's like you said, you want to be comfortable. We're going out to New Jersey. A day. Talk to me, brother. What's going on?
What's up, guys? Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. All this stuff, it's easy to say, right? Pay this person and pay that person. But if I'm Usyk, I'm not taking no money, man. Because you know how much Usyk could make fighting Joshua? Probably $5 to $10 million. You think he's going to take $1 million?
But do you really think Usyk is ready? He's the one talking about he wants to fight Chisora. It ain't like you ain't hear those rumors. Do you really think he's ready?
But that's the thing. $10 million, I'm ready for. I'm ready, bro. I'm ready. $10 million. Why not?
I mean, I don't know about $10 million because I didn't hear none of the other AJ opponents getting $10 million. So why would Usyk get $10 million?
And you just got paid $10 million to fight in New York. And Andy
nah,
was like,
Andy ain't get $10 million. Andy ain't getting no $10 million to fight in New York. The rumor is he got $10 million to fight in Saudi Arabia. So I don't know what you talking about.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, the first fight in New York, he made at least $7 million. That's what they was going to pay with.
Yo,
teams, right?
the most I'm gonna accept. Listen to me. The most I'm gonna accept is $3 to $6 million. I'm gonna say 6 because that's what Big Baby was getting. But I seen rumors of him getting 3.
I know Usyk gonna get like 6 or 7. Trust me. And why would he do that when Joshua could easily go and get knocked the fuck out by Wilder? Then there's no fight between Usyk and Joshua. Now
yeah, but Usyk still gets his fight. But Usyk still gets his fight. He's still the mandatory. If he takes step aside, he's still the mandatory. Yeah, maybe it's a tougher fight.
It's not gonna make off of that with Wilder. It's not. It's not gonna make no $8 million with Wilder. It's not
bruh. If Wilder knocks out, listen to me. If Wilder AJ happens, that's gonna be the biggest fight in the heavyweight division in forever. Since fucking Ali Frazier probably. You telling me that if Wilder beats AJ, he can't pay Usyk to fight? Come on, bro. That don't make sense.
It could pay him, but I'm telling you right now, the way America works, we only come out for the big fight. Joshua Wilder is huge as fuck. After that, if Wilder fight Usyk, nobody's watching that shit, man. Because they don't know no Usyk. They don't know him.
That's exactly why Usyk wants the Chisora fight first, because he needs to get his name known, and he needs another fight in the heavyweight division. You can't fight Chaz Teaspoon, then jump in there with motherfucking AJ.
First, let me say, just take your mind out. We're not getting this fight in 2021. That's easy. It's easy to see. Like, come on.
Yeah, he said 2020, not 2021. He's saying next year. He wanted next year.
He's just chatting shit, man. He's always talking shit. Like, I think it's PR stuff. They just be talking.
Bruh, why you don't believe him? Why you don't believe? He just fought Andy. We thought he wasn't going to rematch Andy. He just beat Andy. Like, we been here in 2020. You going to tell me you ain't hear Eddie and Barry say 2020? They been saying 2020. Why we acting like this new? This is exactly what they wanted. This is all part of the plan. This is all part of their plan. They've always said 2020. I don't see what people mad at or why people are not believing it now. I mean, I wish I had that audio. I know I do because I got a whole page of Wilder Joshua shit. I just don't remember which one it was. But it's so much Wilder Joshua sound bites that I got. Like, we know they always want it. Oh, here you go. Joshua won't be rushed.
On my shoulder, the fighting man says Wilder at Wembley, boom. And then this devil on my shoulder, the manager hat, says, what's best to guide my career? So it's playing devil's advocate, putting them together.
See, he said, this little devil on my shoulder says Wilder and AJ and Wembley. Then I got this shoulder, This devil talking about, business. I mean, he's been prolonging the fight. Now he wants to fight. I believe it.
Fight rumored to be at Tottenham's.
Oh shit! Wait, got another one playing somewhere around here. I gotta stop.
Stadium.
All right. Apologies, because this is old audio. Is what I'm saying.
But Wilder at Wembley.
It depends. I think if it's pushed that way, it has to happen. And I just think
if it's pushed that way and it has to happen. This is old AJ audio. So this is what I'm saying. His energy is different. Like, y'all not even giving him the benefit of the doubt. He doesn't sound like this old audio.
I'm going to do things my way, innit? If Wilder works, we're going to make it happen. If Wilder isn't the right opponent for next year, then we'll put it back on into 2019. But
look at that. He said we'll put it into 2019. So at least we doing 20. It ain't happened this year. So look, man, the audio is there, man. Y'all don't want to believe him. I get it, man. Look, I've been burnt before, and I get it, man. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you, or not allowing you to fool me twice. So I get it, man. But his energy's different. His energy's different.
I'm gonna do things my way. People just can't rush my career. That's one thing I've learned, is that I've got a career. I need to map it out. I'm going to take fights at the right time for me. And if it's next year or the year after or the year after, when I fight him, I'll be in a position to...
There you go. If it's next year or the year after or the year after. So, is it 18? If not, it's 19. And if it's not 19, it's the year after 20, which is now. Someone says, no, Ness. No energy, Ness. He's using Wilder's name coming off that loss. I hear you. I mean, it ain't like we haven't said someone else is using someone else's name.
I find it funny when you say, even though you're world champion, people don't rush. I don't want people to rush my career. Like, you're still learning. I'm thinking, you're the top of...
Hey, man, we all learn, man. Every fight is a learning experience. We're going to go out to Boomerang in Detroit. Talk to me. Wrong intro.
Motherfucking murder, mayhem, last words of the stainless. Told you I would kill you, squeeze after I aim it. If you're talking money, then you're speaking my language. Or shut the fuck up in grown folks' conversation.
Yo, TBV, what's good?
Good morning.
So I gotta ask, is this like another meme? You know what I'm saying? Or
nah, this is an interview with BBC Radio 2. And this is new audio, This is an interview with BBC.
Well, I'm gonna do what I keep asking from the UK side, and I'm gonna believe him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna push my champion to fight him after he beat the shit out of Fury. So I'm gonna take the you know what I mean? I don't say the half glass empty or the half glass full. I say I'm just happy I got a glass. So you know what I'm saying? I'm just happy I got a glass, man. So if it's real, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? If it's not, then, you know what I'm saying, then we're going to beat Dilly and White ass after that. We already got our own plan, too. So, you know what I'm saying? Either way, it's good news. It's good to wake up to on a Saturday, you know what I'm saying? Especially with 2020 right around the corner. I just hope he ain't trying to play mind games with Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Like he played with himself before he fought Andy Ruiz. That's all I got for now, man. Please make sure you push that thumbs up. Share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast. This is TBV for life. And if you ain't on Patreon, it's because you stupid. And shout out to El Camino. Hey, Ness, I do got one question, though.
What up?
Yo, man, I heard rumors, man. We might be doing TBV appreciation in the DR. I am down with that. So that's another vote you got right there from an alumni. I'll holler back at my Boomerang.
All right. Yeah, man, I would love to do DR for May 2020. We're going out to Boomerang, Troy.
Good morning and bless up, man. Good morning. The early show, you even got up earlier than me. Thanks for the early show. I'm actually sick of hearing about this because in all reality, I'm listening to the talk. I'm listening to the complete ignorance in the chat. Why? I don't know what else this young man has to do to prove that he is the best heavyweight out there. He doesn't need to prove anything to Wilder or Fury. He's accomplished more than they ever did in half the damn time. So how is he the problem? If he says he wants to be undisputed, there's only one belt left.
I mean, he's
There's
only
only
the
one damn
problem.
belt left.
He's only the problem in one way because he's the A side. So when he says he wants to be undisputed, he's the only one that can make it happen. He's the only one that can send an offer. You know, the fight's gonna happen where his promoter wants. The fight's gonna happen where his promoter wants, on the neck where his promoter wants.
I'm actually gonna use my boomerang, Nestor.
No problem.
I'm using it, but go ahead, Nestor.
No problem. No, I'm just letting you
well,
know.
tell me this.
As the A side, the B side doesn't get to pick. He's got to sit and wait. You know, Floyd always picked Robert Guerrero. You know, he got to pick who he fought.
Okay, Nestor, but Hearn, we've had this. Hearn has come in them with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 contracts. There's been an issue with every damn contract,
and there's always been legitimate issues.
The last one was a baseball contract.
They've always had legitimate issues. I mean, Troy.
What legitimate issues?
Troy, calm down.
Sir.
Calm down. There's
millions
millions of people who agree, and every single person that I've interviewed and asked has agreed. There is no super fight. There is no fight on record where one person doesn't know what the pot is. Gary Russell didn't fight Vasil and not know what Vasil made. Wilder didn't fight Ortiz and Ortiz not know what Wilder made. That's not how fights work. We've asked experts, we've asked boxers, we've asked trainers, and they all agree. Now, if that sticking point doesn't matter for you, then we all can see clearly that A, you're a troll, or you are something worse.
And those same people will tell you that Hearn is not known for giving anybody garbage contracts. Go ask Jacobs. Go ask.
It's public record, brother. We don't want to hear that. It's public record. It's public record that AJ's purse wasn't revealed.
Exactly.
No, we don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that. We want you to send us a link. Since you want to make up stories, send us a link because there's links of the AJ purse not being verified. Wilder came on this show and said that they wouldn't tell him how much was the AJ fight. So they want him to fight AJ, but they won't tell him how much it is. But Ruiz knew. Dillian White knew. So I don't understand, you know. You got to get a life, brother. Nobody got time for that. Brandon Maurice, talk to me.
What's going on, Ness?
Good morning.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. You know, like I always say, I'm a fan of both guys, but AJ can't fucking win no matter what he say. People gonna criticize him. If he say he don't want the fight, he a bitch. If he say he want the fight, he clout chasing. I mean, I don't understand why people can say he's clout chasing and fucking Deontay Wilder. Let's just be honest. Why the fuck would a man who just packed the house in Saudi Arabia, sold 15,000 tickets, made all that money, finna go home to Wembley and have a fucking homecoming fight, sell out 90,000, make another probably $40 million. Why the fuck does he have to clout chase a man who just did 225 to 300,000 pay-per-view buys and sold 7,000 tickets? Why the fuck would AJ have to clout chase? I mean, we dissect everything the brothers say, and we always get Wilder a pass. We gave him a pass. We decided to give Wilder a pass when he announced his next 2 fights before the Ruiz and Joshua fight even happened. Nobody called that ducking. He said even if offered $50 million, he probably wouldn't take the AJ fight in the near future. We didn't call that ducking. So we just got to stop being so biased towards the guys we like, man. I can't be the only motherfucker that keep it 100 at all times on this show. Both guys done did shit that I didn't. Both guys, you still there?
I'm here.
Yeah, I had a call. Both guys that I haven't agreed with in negotiations. Said shit I don't agree with in negotiations. So let's just move on, man, and stop dwelling on the past. Because both guys have done shit in the past to postpone this fight. It ain't just been one side. It ain't just been one manager. It ain't just been one promoter. It's been both people. But that's my call, man. The guy can't fucking win for losing. If we say the fight gonna happen in 2020, pay the fucking step aside money and let's get the fucking fight. If not, when it happens, it happens. Because like a lot of people saying this fucking topic is getting old.
But wait,
that's what I'm calling.
no, because everybody's giving you credit for being such a logical caller, and it's obviously because you're on par for AJ. So my
I'm on
question
par for
is,
both guys. I'm on par for both guys.
I mean,
But
you
go
sound,
ahead.
90 seconds.
you sound pro AJ, but that's okay. I was pro AJ
Oh,
too because I
keeping
believe
it,
I
keeping it,
believe
keeping it
this.
100, keeping it 100. But okay, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I
I haven't
believe I
lied.
believe I
I
believe
haven't
he's
lied on either
real.
guy. I haven't lied on either guy. I haven't lied on either guy. But go ahead.
I believe this is real, and I'm just saying. Do you feel that Wilder or Fury or any fighter, should they not know the total sum of the fight?
Yes, I
Okay.
ain't denying that. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
No,
Yeah, I said so.
I just want to make sure.
seconds.
I just want to make sure how sane everyone is. But Brandon, thank you for calling in. You know what I mean? You're sane, and we have other callers who called in that aren't sane. I mean, we just have to go down the line and make sure that we know. So now that's a talking point. I need to know if it matters. Does it matter? Should Wilder not care what AJ's getting? And if you feel that way, I need you to tell me what fight that took place in, because I've never heard of that. Never heard of the B side not getting to know what the pot is. Like, I never heard of that. I need your help. Please educate me.
Dollar D Beyonce Productions.
J Hardcore Boxing.
10 seconds.
Shit about boxing. BoxingVoice.com.
Yo. Good morning. Hey, I actually agree, man. I believe that AJ is 100% that he really wants this fight right now. I feel though that the Andy fight woke him up. He realizes that he can get chinned by basically anybody. So if he's gonna get chinned by anybody, why not get the bag and get chinned by Wilder? I totally also agree that you cannot make a fight without knowing exactly how much is the whole bring-in. It doesn't make sense because if you don't know the whole bring-in, how you know you're getting the correct split? So that's impossible if you don't know what it is. Nobody makes a cake without knowing all the ingredients. So that's bottom line. I feel though they should fight. I think they should fight real soon. I would love to see a step aside. If anybody that was smart enough to take the step aside, I think would be Fury. But it would have to be a good bag for him to do so. The Usyk fight with Joshua could be a tough fight. They both good boxers, you know what I mean? AJ got the power over him. But I don't think that Usyk could beat Joshua whatsoever. So it is still a safe fight, but it'll be just a chess match. That's pretty much all I got today, man. I would love to see this fight. I hope it truly happens. It can't happen in the UK because they don't have the money to pay for it. So it's going to have to be in the United States or Saudi or someplace like that. But I like for it to happen. That's pretty much it. This is Jay Hardcore. Don't forget to smash the like button. Whatever you do, stop shoplifting. Support the show. Move it forward. That's all I got. I'm out of here.
Jay, man, thanks for calling in. We're going out to Lance in Ohio.
How you doing, Nesmith?
Good morning, brother.
Hey, so first off, I'm gonna answer your first question you've been asking last couple of callers about the split. Yeah, I feel like Wilder should know what the split is and how much AJ is making. But on the same side, Wilder is the one that made AJ his whole legacy. Like for years, he's been talking about AJ and how this is the fight, he'll smoke him out. And I think like it's a sport first before anything else. So if you take that approach that it's all comers no matter what, sometimes you got to do something that's never been done to get something that you've never got. So I feel like he should invest in himself in that way and quit pocket watching. I'm a big time Wilder fan. I think Wilder smokes him in 3. So I don't care, like, whatever Wilder, like, if it's $15 million, you know, I'm saying, Esther, give me $15 million. I go knock you. I don't care if you make $300 million because you're going to have to come back to me no matter what. And then as far as going forward, I think that if AJ does happen to go through Pulev and then Usyk and then Wilder or Fury, he's above reproach. Like at that point, there's nothing nobody can ever say, or at least You know what I'm saying? For me anyway, so I got questions about all his victories that he's had. But if he run that gauntlet in 2020 and he, 30-something fights in and, turning 30 years old, I mean, at that point, I mean, he got an argument being a top 10 heavyweight all the time. But thanks, man. That's my call.
All right, man. Lance, Ohio, stand up. CK, Cincinnati, Ohio. CK, Cincinnati, Ohio. Get off that speakerphone, Bluetooth, close the window, sunroof. I don't know, but you got hella noise. Oh, you on a motorcycle?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man.
What's going on, brother? Good morning.
Hey, man. I'm liking I'm liking this new Anthony Joshua. I think he could have fought a little less conservative, and I think he could have got Andy Ruiz out of there. But his defense did worry me for the eventual Wilder match. I think that he did sharpen up his defensive skills, and I think this will help him moving forward. I think we would have caught Anthony Joshua a little bit colder if we would have fought him before he lost. So I think he's going to be a tougher guy to beat now that he's took a loss. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, I still seen him looking very fragile when he was taking them shots. So I got to see him take a punch. To be honest, that's what I'm interested in seeing.
Okay. Do you think he could have got the knockout if he wasn't so worried
Absolutely.
from the previous loss? Do you think he could have been? Yeah, I agree with you.
I believe he could have got the knockout.
Yep.
Once I seen him land that right hand and split Andy's eye so easily with just one shot. I mean, all he had to do was just keep that same energy. But I mean, I believe he was cautious.
Yep. God bless you, man. Have a great show, man.
Thank you, brother. God bless you too. CK, we're going out the GT Kid in Atlanta. Talk to me.
What's going on, Ness?
Morning.
Happy Saturday to you, man.
Likewise.
Big night of fights. But in regards to AJ, man, of course he wants this fight. If he says he's not worried about Wilder right now, he gets grief. He says he wants to fight. A lot of people give him grief too, but he's always wanted to fight. He's been chasing Undisputed for a while. But, I guess the big thing is that, Wilder's kind of boxed in, and he's going to have to fight these guys eventually. So, if Wilder could run the gambit, right, and beat White, Fury, and AJ, and then there'd be no disputing, who's top tier. But, we'll have to see what happens. But, I don't.
Yo, the fact that you don't think Wilder beats 2 out of 3 of those dudes easy is insane to me. You seen White look like total dog shit. Tell me when Wilder's ever looked this bad. When Wilder's ever looked as bad as White. Like, that's an easy win. The fact that people think he can't be White is crazy to me.
Listen, no. I actually pick White, I pick Wilder in that fight because White likes to catch and shoot, and he's going to sit there in front of Wilder. He's going to get clipped. I pick Wilder to win that fight. But the thing is, it just hasn't happened yet. He hasn't fought him yet. And he hasn't beat Fury yet. He hasn't fought AJ yet. I'm just saying those fights haven't happened. But I actually picked Wilder to win that fight. I think Wilder has a harder time with Fury and AJ because both of them can box very well, and Wilder does not do well with boxers.
GT Kid, man, thanks for calling in. Tim, Florida, talk to us.
What's up, Ness?
What up? Good morning, man.
Man, let me tell you something. All these people talking about Wilder. If we go back to the 70s when you had Joe Frazier, you had Foreman, you had Ali. Those guys fought each other multiple times. Only thing I know is Wilder and Fury's going in there for the second time. AJ is the only one who hasn't fought one of the top 3. You know what I'm saying? Those guys fought multiple times. And as far as like AJ, he's just a half world champion. He ain't shit over here. He has to come over here. He has to beat Wilder. He has to prove that he's the best of the best. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I see it as like, anybody can beat anybody. AJ did look vulnerable in the Louise rematch because, he was afraid of getting clipped. I don't know would he continue to behave that way. I hope he won't. But, when we get that fight, you know what I'm saying? I'm picking Wilder right now, but, that's not going to stay the
All right, I think we lost you, Tim. We got Pat in Beantown. Talk to me. Pat, Beantown. Going once, you working? No problem. Lids low. Ringer, Decatur, Georgia. Talk to us.
What's happening, Niz? How you feeling, man?
I'm great, brother. Can't complain.
All right, so I ain't get a chance to listen to everything, so I did read the title, but what question you have for the fans so I can answer for you?
Well, I mean, fucking Troy is the resident troll, so he made it seem like why are we acting like AJ saying on BBC Five that he wants Undisputed in 2020, Wilder Fury winner. He came out and said, especially Wilder. Like everything we asked him to do yesterday, he did. And
Oh,
he mentioned
okay.
he mentioned Wilder's name. We didn't want to wait till no 2021. He said let's make it happen in 2020.
Okay. So can we somehow hold him to? So he said this with his mouth, right? It wasn't no
Yeah,
tweet.
no, it's audio. I got the audio. A shout out to Rob in the UK. I got the audio. Yeah.
Okay. No, that AJ, now you get some more respect from goddamn Liz Low, bruh. Open your goddamn mouth. That's all I ask, bruh. And I ain't got shit else bad to say about you, dog. At least now I guess you trying. You feel me? See, now you on audio, you on camera. Now that's some shit we can run with. Now Deontay Wilder can be like, okay, buddy, you showing your face. Now let me come out and say so. So Wilder, go on and get on the train, man. Whatever we had to do to get this fight. Hey Wilder, I ain't trying to tell you what to do once again. But bro, if you the B side in this, if they want to treat you like B side, I'm gonna say like I said when they tried to offer you that 25 million, just take that little money, bro. Go whoop it. I know the rematch gonna be some bullshit. Whoop his ass in the rematch again, and then the title all yours, all four, bro. You can walk around with all them hoes, and we ain't gotta worry about going through this shit with nobody else, cause we know Wilder gonna fight whoever, and whoever gonna call me a fanboy or whatever. Yeah, I'm a fanboy of boxing. You feel me? Get your ass in the ring and swing. This Liz Low, I'm out there counting.
Liz Low, thanks for calling in. Yeah, so Joshua told BBC Radio 2. I keep saying 5, my bad. BBC Radio 2. So you can find that with a quick Google search. All I'm saying is everything we asked yesterday for him to do, he did. We wanted him to mention Wilder's name. He did. He went a step further and said, Wilder Fury winner. But he made it. He heard you guys and he made it clear to say, especially Wilder because he has the belt. So I don't get it, man. But the question that I am asking is, should a fighter know what the overall purse is? Meaning, I'm fighting AJ. Should I know what AJ's making the same way AJ knows what I am making? Because again, it's a split. How do you get a split but don't know the overall pot? You know what I mean? Very, very difficult. So I just want to ask certain callers that question because obviously in the world that Troy lives in, Wilder doesn't need to know the overall pot. Looks like we're going to Sticks. Talk to me. Sticks, you got to unmute on Skype. Sticks Benjamin. There you go. Talk to me.
Sticks Benjamin. Yeah, morning. Greetings, my brother. Yeah.
Greetings.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, well, the if you really watch Anthony Joshua, right? When you watch him, his state of mind, he look like he's a bit scared, bro. And his mind is not there, bro. Like the champ, most times you hear the champ say, speak and believe and receive. And you can understand that. That's what we want to see. We want to see somebody, really fight, really come out and fight. And I don't think like his mind or his mentality is really there to really take on Wilder, bro.
But what makes you think that? Yeah. Because we all thought he wasn't going to take the rematch. He took it. We all thought he wasn't going to win. He won. I mean, we all thought he didn't want Undisputed. Now he's calling for it in 2020. So what makes you think that?
Yeah, what really make me think that is because of, you see, the rematch. He like no his level. He got three different titles, my brother, and that just this green belt alone. You see who the champ, like the champ, what the champ been giving, you know. And I ain't seen that from him for him to face the champ. That's what I'm saying, you know. He got three belts. He's supposed to step up a little bit more than that, man.
But you don't
Yeah,
call unifying and getting 3 belts stepping up?
yeah, that's why I tell you his state of mind. Yeah, he's stepping up, but he ain't got the kind of step up to Wilder. That's how I see him.
I
He
hear
had,
you. I hear you. But Sticks, I'm gonna get
he-
to some other calls. But listen, he's calling out Wilder. Like that's what we talking about. We talking about him saying he wants to be undisputed 2020, and I believe Eddie Hearn could give Alexander Usyk a fight with Derek Chisora, pay him some step aside money. That's easy. That's in house. I believe AJ will easily beat Olas Pulev, and then he could do undisputed at the end of 2020. We're going out to Keem in Florida. Talk to me.
What's going on, bro? You can hear me?
Loud and clear.
Awesome, man. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. So the question is, does Wilder deserve to know the split, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I definitely think he deserves to know the split. I mean, everybody should know, what's in the pot. If I'm not mistaken, isn't that part of what kind of held up the Mayweather-Pacquiao negotiations? Mayweather was trying to give Pacquiao like a
A
flat
flat
fee or
fee.
something instead of
Yep.
a percentage, and that was
Yep.
holding it up for a while, and I'm glad that Pacquiao didn't take that because I think he was trying to pay him like 8
40
million and
million. 40 million
4
flat
million.
fee.
My God, yeah, he ended up making like 80 million, didn't he? So yeah, man, you know what I mean? That's not fair. That's not right. That's
180 million is what he made, and Floyd made like 250.
shit's crazy. So yeah, that's not that's that Deontay Wilder ain't stupid. That's not how business is done, So I definitely think he deserves, but I do think it's kind of funny now. You see AJ didn't learn how to run and clinch. Now he want to start calling everybody out. He think he done added a couple little tools in the toolbox, and now he the man. But he gonna be sadly mistaken when that day comes. But I like it though. I like it. Talk your shit. Call Wilder out because that's the fight we want. So let's get it, man. Yeah.
For sure, Keem. Thanks for calling in. We going out to Lil Feezy. Talk to us.
What's good? What's good?
What up?
Nah, shit, man. Look, man. I like this. You know what I'm saying? It's a good build up, but until these guys get into the ring and the contracts are signed, I think it's just a bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But and also, Wilder does deserve to know what's in the pot, though. I mean, it's only right. That's what's been happening since the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna know. So they shouldn't have a problem with it. I hope they actually do get this done. But if not, you know what I'm saying? Fuck it. On to the next. That's my call.
All right, brother. Thanks for calling in, Lil Feezy. We going out to Jason in Missouri. Talk to us.
What up, Ness?
What up, brother? Good morning.
Good morning. All right. To answer your question, I do think Wilder does deserve to know just simple business, man. Like you said, in history, every other fighter knows what the other fighter is making, so they know what they're walking into. With the topic at hand, with this, I mean, I'll just start off by saying, man, I'm from Missouri, man. It's the show me state. I was never one of the people to say Joshua needed to call out Wilder yesterday, or he needed to be more specific. Man, we all about that action around here. So he already did all this talking the last year and a half, and we see where it got him. Everybody is looking at him fucked up. We looking at the whole situation fucked up, man. Don't nobody want to hear that shit no more. Just go ahead and be about that action. I don't want to hear no call outs, none of that shit. Cause it's the same as if you leave your cousin in your house and they rob you when you go to the grocery store, and then you about to go out of town and your cousin asks you to house sit for you. I'm not about to let that motherfucker watch my house. You know what I'm saying? Over time, you rehabilitated over time. I may let you come over for dinner, and I still gonna have my eye on your ass until I know you ain't gonna take from me again. It's the same situation here, man. I'm tired with the situation. I'm done with it. Until they got some stuff on the plate, and we know it's gonna go down, that's when I get excited. Until then, man, it's just a bunch of bullshit. That's my call.
Jason, man, thanks for calling in, and I definitely understand you. But I think this is more like breaking news. You know what I'm saying? His energy has changed, bro. Like, he just was there Saturday night saying like, "Oh, those guys are busy, whatever, whatever." But I think that, you know, the people around him are starting to talk, you know, the right stuff. Listen, you got all these American sparring partners that went over there, and they all Team AJ, man. You seen Brian Jennings on his Instagram and story. You know he was rooting for AJ. Moulton rooting for AJ. Tabiti rooting for AJ. And look, maybe all sparring partners do that, but the thing is that they've spoken to him. They've letting him know that they think he's good. You know what I mean? They've given him that pep talk that sometimes people need, man. Honestly. But yeah, man, we got a few calls. We're gonna go out to Ringa in the UK real quick. We got Coyote. Talk to me.
Sing along if you know the words. Come on.
Yo, Les. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah. Just wanted to have a quick civilized conversation about this whole pot thing. Because I want to explain how I see it in the sense that if it was a pay-per-view, then you would call it a pot. But with the whole DAZN thing, it's not a pay-per-view. This is essentially a company spending what you can call their own money to fund fights. So it's not a pay-per-view. They're basically investing. So there isn't a pot to split. And remember, the context of the whole thing was Eddie tried to negotiate with Al and Shelley, and it didn't work. So they decided to bring someone else in who would mediate on behalf of them, on both of their behalves. Does that make sense? So what would happen is DAZN was acting like a middleman, essentially negotiating each separate contracts with each of the fighters. That's why it's not about a pot split. It's about basically determining how much they want to pay each fighter. So really, the other person there's no requirement to know what the other person is earning because it's not a pot split. It's not a pay-per-view split. It's about you negotiating your value with DAZN and let them know how much you think you're worth. That's how I see it.
Coyote, how can I negotiate my value, right? If I'll use history, because I know that AJ fans don't like to be realistic. How could Gennady Golovkin negotiate his value in a fight with Canelo if he hasn't had the fight? But history's shown us that his 2 fights with Canelo were his biggest pay-per-views, and history also show us that his fights without Canelo were very awful. Less than Wilder. 107. Let me finish. 170, okay? But we knew that the fight with Triple G... Let me finish. Your time has been up. You had a minute and 30. Either you want to debate or you don't. Either you want to debate and you don't. It's that simple.
You asked me a question, and I wanted to answer your question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you asked me a question. Yeah, the question you asked was, how do you do that? But think about it. He already did that because when he signed the contract with DAZN and when Canelo signed his contract, they negotiated the value. I think with Canelo, it was 30 million per fight, and he has about 12 fights. And that has nothing to do with the opponent. Those were things that were already predetermined. That's how DAZN.
Brother. Yeah. That's why you needed to let me finish instead of trying to be smarter than me. Okay? First of all, you talking about the DAZN contract. I am not. I'm talking about Gennady Golovkin doing 2 failed pay-per-views, and then doing 2 ginormous pay-per-views with the right dance partner. So he would have shot himself in the foot if he wouldn't have allowed himself to do the big fight with the other person. You need that other person. You can't say that Wilder value is without AJ when the fight with AJ is only big because it's with Wilder. There is no bigger fight. Wilder, AJ Fury isn't bigger. So what do you mean? You have to use him in the equation. He is
Yeah, but
part
you
of the
are still
value.
talking about pay-per-views. You're still talking about pay-per-views.
Brother,
The zone
why
is
does
not
AJ,
a
excuse me,
pay-per-view
sir, why does AJ not have a contract with DAZN? What did Eddie tell you out of his mouth? Did he left him free? I'm not even gonna debate with you, bro. That's why I don't like talking to y'all. Fucking read. Listen to the interview. He said he left AJ free for this specific reason, so that they can negotiate the biggest fight. Why would they turn down options? Crazy, bro. Just crazy. Davidian, talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, Ness?
What
Great
up?
show. I just got into it. I didn't realize that you had a show going, but I don't know. I'm glad to hear that from AJ. You know, I want to see it in 2020, not later on. We need to do it now where they're still fairly young. And I don't know. I think Wilder should know what's going on as far as the whole like money situation. So I don't have no problem with it. It's like going in there blind. Like he should know what, you know, the other party and stuff is getting. So I don't have no problem with it. But yeah, I just want to see the best fight the best. And yeah, as soon as possible, not later on when they're old. So yeah, great show as always. And God bless.
All right. I mean, the fact that people are trying to make it out to seem like there was another caller that said Wilder should take 15 million. Someone had the nerve to say that today on this show. On this show, a fucking 36, 7-year-old Kovalev knocked out twice before the knockout to Canelo received 14 million. Okay? Andy Ruiz reportedly received 10 million with a loss and no belt. Come on, bro. Like you guys are not, y'all not even playing fair. Y'all don't even want this fight. And the hilarious part, it's UK dude after UK dude continues to say he doesn't need to know what's in the pot. My man try to find a reason why he don't need to know what's in the pot. Talking about because it's on DAZN. So what if Fox wants to bid on it? What if Fox wants to bid on it? What if Fox or Showtime want to bid on it? Like, come on, bruh. Ridiculous. That's why AJ has that contract. He's a fight by fight with DAZN. Until they come out and announce something new, Eddie Hearn told us he's fight by fight. Loyalty, talk to me.
Yo, boys, what's good?
What's up, brother?
Yo, I'm not sure whether it's a fight by fight. I think it's down to Joshua's discretion. I think it's Joshua's discretion whether he wants to fight.
Until you show me audio or a link. Otherwise, Eddie Hearn said it's fight by fight.
Oh, likewise, until you can prove that definitively. Otherwise, it works the same way. Well, my point.
You watch IFL. He said it on an IFL interview.
Yeah, let me just finish, please, because I ain't got much time, obviously. My points are, if everything is taken into consideration, where it's pay-per-views, from the numbers perspective, from social media, from pay-per-views, from arenas, from all this type of stuff, if you forget about the A and B side, we just go, who's getting
Loyalty, you're breaking up, brother. We can't hear you. You're gonna have to either start up. You there? Brother.
Right, can you hear me now?
Hang up and call in, bro. It's too choppy. Hang up and call back in. We're going out to Osiris. Talk to me.
Okay, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay. All right. So one thing I wanted to touch on quickly is this. It's good news that AJ is making the moves to try and make this fight happen. And I agree with you. I think Wilder's team, if they do win the next fight, should also come out and say, "Hey, we want this fight to happen." Now, I wanted to bring up a second point quickly. A thing or two have been said about the previous contract that Dazn offered. Um, Wilder's team not knowing what AJ was going to make. Now, that is the spin. Okay, that is the reason. That is the reason they said they walked away from the deal. Let's remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He said they asked John Skipper what AJ was getting, and he said he wasn't at liberty to talk. But how are you the mediator for the other party, but you're not at liberty to say that?
But Ness, here's the tricky part. Okay, I work in the advertising industry. In the industry, we call it spin. You can go into a negotiation knowing full well all the details you need to know, but when you come out publicly, you pick a story,
brother,
so that story holds.
Brother, the fact that you're trying to say that he had a narrative is retarded when John Skipper already came out and said he wish he could do things differently.
My point is that here's the point. Wilder could have chosen to take that deal if he truly wanted to. By the way, he did say he really
did it have, excuse me, did it have AJ's fucking contract attached to it? And did it have AJ's purse attached to it?
Well,
since you know so much. All right then. So that is your time. You have to get a boomerang. That was 1 minute and 55 seconds. And all that matters is that you said AJ wasn't attached to the contract, just like Canelo ain't attached to the motherfucking Triple G contract. And he out here begging Canelo for a shot, and Canelo out here saying no. Okay? And not only is he not attached to the contract, but if you do fight him, we can't tell you how much he's making. So everything you said was what? You still agreed with me. Come on, bro. Common fucking business practices. Stop it. MW1000. Look, and the fact that this is where we've gone, the fact that this show has twisted now to old contracts shows me that you UK fans are frightened. American callers called in, stood on topic. Happy that AJ is saying 2020. Some, I won't lie, do not believe him. But at least the ones that called are happy that he's saying 2020. And they also feel that, yes, Wilder should know what's in the pot. And Fury, for that matter, because AJ's quote is Wilder versus Fury winner. But you guys are so afraid of Wilder that you automatically cancel Fury out because you know he's going to kill him. And then you automatically resort to negotiations and money instead of saying what your savior is saying. It must happen in 2020. But you're still talking about a DAZN contract. It must happen in 2020. The fact that you guys are this scared, you're going to give that energy to him. He is going to get back in that scared mode. He will start saying 2021 because his fans, the energy his fans have, is sending in to him and making him fearful. The man is ready for 2020. Get on board or get the fuck off our sport. We don't need you. Only want to talk about past contracts and ace. The man wants to fight Wilder or Fury winner. Talk about that. Talk about him saying he's ready. You talking about old contracts and how Wilder should just take the deal. Easily canceling out Fury. You don't believe at all in Fury. You don't believe at all in Fury. It's hilarious. I love it. Fury doesn't stand a chance. Insane. MW1000, man. Talk to me.
Can you hear me, Ness?
Yes, sir.
Listen, bro, you need to chill out, man. You got no hair just like me. And the way you're going on, I don't know, man. We don't want to watch you have a fucking rupture or something.
I'm
Like,
living it up
chill
over
out, bro.
here. I'm living it up. The fact that you guys make excuse after excuse and it's always come from a UK accent, it's hilarious.
But listen, start my time now because I'm basically on your side. So don't think that everyone in the UK is against what you're saying. I agree with everything you're saying. Number one, basically, of course, Wilder should know what's in the pot or what's the other guy's getting. And I also think it's a little bit of a disrespect for Wilder because when the Parker negotiations were going on, I was here, I witnessed everything. And basically, Parker fucking squeezed them till the last minute and they gave the guy every single last penny he wanted to fight AJ. So I think there should be a lot more respect for Wilder. He's getting a lot of disrespect. He's bringing a lot to the fucking table. Yeah, maybe not 50-50, but he needs to get all the respect because he's a champion and it is the biggest fight in boxing. Saying that, I don't think AJ is scared of him. I don't think anyone's scared of Wilder. I think AJ wins the fight. I also think Fury is a big fight. It's a mega fight. If not in the US, in the UK and globally, Fury's got a big name as well. But like I said, I agree with you. Everything you said, fucking, let's see the fight. Let's give Wilder the respect he deserves. You can't fucking say to a champion like Wilder, sign the contract, but we're not going to tell you what AJ is getting. I'm not a Wilder fan, but I think that's a big disrespect. And I don't know why Wilder gets disrespect and someone like Parker gets all that fucking respect. I don't know. I just don't know. Maybe it's just a racism thing with all the white people on AJ's team. I don't know what it is. I'm not getting on the race thing, but I think Wilder does get a lot of disrespect, and that definitely should not be the case. And that's coming from the UK, so let's chill out, bro.
Hey, man, the fact of the matter is, there's not a lot of people like you, but we do appreciate when we do have some people that are saying. Now, some people just say, no, you're just ass kissing us, or you're just so undercover Wilder fan, or they might even say you have no loyalty, you know what I mean? And that's the issue. We need to just be fight fans. Like, bro, look, you gotta know what's in the pot, but whatever, man. We going out the bomb boxing on the boomerang. Talk to me. Arizona, stand up. Bon, you working? No problem. Going out to Tim. Talk to me.
My bad. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, dude. No, it was a little bit refreshing. I don't know if the guy from the UK was telling the truth, but you know what I mean? Like, to me, Wilder has proven that he's willing to go after the best. In my opinion, AJ hasn't. Like, AJ's record isn't as good as Wilder's. Wilder always like tries to fight the best. He went after Fury. Everybody knows that like Fury was probably the the second best or maybe even the third best. And since he beat Klitschko before AJ, you know what I mean? But hey, you were asking should a fighter know what the overall purse is? Well, yeah, obviously. I want to know what the hell I'm getting into. So anyway, that's it, brother. I love your show.
Thank you, Tim, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. And yeah, man, I just think that's so obvious to know what you making, bro. Like, what are you making? What I'm making? How much is this fight? Because that speaks to worth. You can't ask Wilder to go raise his profile and then not tell him what he's worth. Like, what the fuck? But anyway, we got so many callers. I was supposed to be doing a Border Wars show. You guys keep pushing my Border Wars show back. I will be doing a Border Wars show and a betting show on Patreon today in the top of the morning. So I'm working straight through, man. All right. We got, who was here first? Michael, talk to me.
Hello.
What up, Mike?
Hey, how's it going? How's it going? Look,
All
I just hope
good.
this fight. I just hope this fight happens in 2020. The Fury, like I feel like if Fury wins, they're gonna do a rematch because like a rematch clause. I think if Wilder wins, then I think that there's a good possibility that Wilder Joshua 2020 it can happen. So, for the sake of unification, I hope that Wilder wins so that we can get this unification, get it out of the way. AJ beats Wilder, get all the Wilder hate, all the Wilder bias people off the chat, close down their YouTube channels, and then we can live happily ever after. The end.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Should a
What's
fighter
happening?
know what's the pot? You think
Hey,
you think Joseph Parker and David Higgins knew what was going on?
I mean, they don't have to know what the pot is. It's like, do you know what I mean? It's like if you're getting 60-40 and then you're getting, and the 40% is like 40 million, then obviously you know that he's going to get 60% of that. Do you know what I mean? Which is 60 million. So you don't have to, do you know what I mean? You don't have to be a mathematician to know what a pot is.
If you
Do you know
don't
what I
have
mean?
to be a mathematician, then why omit it? Why not be at liberty to let us know if we ask for that information? Why do we have to get a degree in math?
No,
The
but like,
fuck?
but it's just, yeah, but but it's like, it's the same thing with
No, but if
negotiations.
it's so basic, when Wilder and Heyman said, all right, so what is Anthony Joshua getting? Why he said we're not at liberty? That's what Wilder said on this show, that they said they weren't at liberty to tell him. So if it's so basic and simple math, why can't we know?
No, because Eddie Hearn already told you guys way back. He said, look, he thinks this fight is going to be worth 50 million. Yeah.
Oh shit! You
That
know
means
you're done. No one can hear you. I faded you out, dog. Fade to black like fucking Jay-Z right now. 50 million. This dude, UK accent. You see what I'm saying? UK accent. If you keep them on the line long enough, they show that they're a bit crazy. I'm just saying. 50 million is AJ just got a $40 million site fee. He just fought for 65 to 85 million, and the Wilder AJ fight is 50 million. Jesus Christ, bro. God help us. Kwame in Ghana, talk to me. Kwame. Going once. Twice. We moving. Gado, talk to me.
Yo, shit, what's going on?
What up?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Skype tweaking and say I'm still muted. All right, check. Man, look, UK gotta chill, man. Y'all making the UK look bad, dog. Y'all making the UK look real bad with all the excuses and all the bullshit y'all talking about. You see when motherfucking American call in, motherfuckers is hype, be ready to get them fights made. Even when they reinstated Dillian White, all the Americans called in like, shit, get that nigga out the way. Let's get this shit cracking. Man, these UK dudes, man, I already thought that y'all wouldn't cut like that, man. But y'all niggas y'all look soft as hell right now, dog. Like saying shit like Wilder don't deserve to know what he getting. And I just need to know why Wilder don't deserve the 50-50. You know what I'm saying? The nigga out here knocking everybody on their ass, if not knocking them cold out. Nigga giving the most entertaining fights, got the belt, undefeated. AJ just took a loss. I don't understand why the nigga don't deserve 50-50. And it's gonna happen in America anyway, if they really want the bread. But yeah, that's it, man. UK, shape up, dog.
Got him, man. Thanks for calling in. We got oh shit, John, that one white boy's a ringer now. Talk to me, John. Apologies.
No, you good. I'm just working, bro. But yeah, I had to go ahead and show the boxing boys some extra love, man. I can't just steal this content that y'all give us like that, man. I had to go ahead and give y'all a little more. Um, but let's see here. Yeah, I'm excited that AJ went out and verbally did this. That's what he needs to do. That's what everybody was screaming for yesterday, and then it happened. So hell yeah. Let's see here.
Hey, you think
But
Pacquiao knew after he rejected that $40 million flat fee from Mayweather, you think he knew what he was getting in that big Mayweather Pacquiao fight in the negotiations?
that's when I called in, is because that's crazy. If he was going to make 40 million, then how much did you say he made?
180 and
Crazy.
Mayweather made 250.
At first, right before that, I was like, hey, I don't know what that dude makes, like a coworker. Like, how come he should know? You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's completely different. These men are putting their life on the line. I'm going to know what I'm making, especially if I'm going up against a heavy. If I'm a heavyweight, I'm knowing I'm making whatever. For real though. Nest debating skills are on point though. He's out here putting the UK boys in their place. But smash the like button, go to Patreon, sign up, and shout out to everybody listening to the Boxing Boys right now. Peace.
All right. Thanks for calling in. We got so many people. And thank you personally, obviously, John, for upgrading the Patreon. Appreciate it. Loyalty, let's try you again. I know you had some audio issues. Hopefully we can hear you now. Can you mute that radio in the background, please?
Right, can you hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, oh, it's alright. Say my mic's muted for some reason. Still. Oh, okay. Oh, no, I see. Yeah. No, I don't agree that purses should be withheld. I believe that both parties should know what each party's getting. And when it comes to percentage splits and stuff like that, obviously these people at top level dealing the managerial side, the business side, they know how popular people are. They know the algorithms. They know the numbers. They know, who. They know the consistent numbers. So that's what they'll base the splits and stuff on. But do I agree that Wilder should have not been told the split? No, of course he should have been told. Like I can't think of any. I don't know of any instances where the purses aren't, made to be known. If I was fighting somebody, I would expect to know. But at the end of the game, it's boxing, business chess, isn't it? It's who can get the advantage. It's who can play the psychological mind games. It's who can do whatever. But ultimately,
Loyalty, that is minute 40 there. It was generous because I wanted to do some Googling just to, again, give facts. I know CYP's better at this than me. I just like to go off of my memory, and my memory served me correct. Now, I said Mayweather made 250 and Pacquiao made 180. And I did two separate Google searches for the same term, Mayweather versus Pacquiao purse, on two separate browsers just to have two separate sources. I know if I continue to Google the same term, I will find 250 for Pacquiao, it's Mayweather, and 180 for Pacquiao. But just off two searches, I've already found 200 for Mayweather and 120 for Pacquiao, and another source that says, and this is CNN, and then Bleacher Report says 180 for Mayweather and 120 for Pacquiao. So when Pacquiao turned down 40 million flat from Mayweather, he was stupid. He was stupid. He was just some dumb dude from the Philippines who never is going to make that type of money. Those are all the statements you've said about Wilder for turning it down. For turning down the flat fee, which wasn't 40, by the way. It wasn't 40. So just some little facts there, man. All right, we got to get to Bomb. We're gonna try you again with the boomerang, or are you just working this Saturday or enjoying the show? I don't know. All right, he's ready. Talk to us.
I came on late. I was laying down, lazy. But
well, quick gist is this: AJ is saying on audio he wants this fight 2020. So, everything else went sideways because people like to bring up old negotiations. So my question to the callers was, should Wilder and AJ know what each other are making in their pot? And that's why I brought up Mayweather Pacquiao purses, because obviously those two big stars knew each other's pot.
Yeah, why not? I mean, let's put it all out there. I mean, these are the two biggest stars. They got all the belts. Let me know what I'm making. You want me to fight you want me to contract to come in and fight you. What are you paying and what are you making? Like, is it fair? You know, that's what I agree. Why shouldn't they know? I mean, they're the two biggest stars in the sport. This fight's going to bring more money. Man, it's going to be a lot. So I say yes. I say yes. I want to hear all this other. Well, this negotiation failed. Here. Let's move forward. You know what I mean? Let's start now. He wants to fight 2020. I clap. Bravo. If he's willing to face the winner after the February 22nd bout, and he's all in, speak about it. Be about it. Let's do it. That's what we all been waiting for. So I'm on the same page as far as let's do it. Let's get it over with. Let's do it now while we're young and we're both in our prime. So that's how I feel about it. Yeah, everything should be on the table for both parties involved.
All right, Bomb Boxing, man. Thanks for calling in. We got Rod and A70. Talk to us.
What up, man?
What's going on?
Hey, I just want to say, tell AJ to keep talking that talk, man. Let's convince that boy that he can actually beat Wilder, and let's get him in that ring 2020, man. Let's hype him up. He feeling good. Going to get him to send Wilder that contract, 50-50. Make that shit happen, man. I like to hear this shit from AJ. This is what we want. We don't want no running. We don't want any dodging. We don't want any saying shit about mandatories and nothing. Get in that fucking ring. Let's convince that man that he could beat Wilder and let Wilder go on and get that $70-80 million payday with a KO in the 5th round. That's my call.
All right, brother. Well, thanks for calling in. Man, I still see people saying $100 million for 5 fights. How isn't that a good deal? When the Andy Ruiz AJ fight was practically $100 million fight. One fight was practically $1 million fight, $100 million fight. If you're telling me AJ got 85, according to the AJ stands, AJ made 85 million, and according to reports, Andy made 10 million. Well, then that fight was over 100 million. So how is it intelligent? You know what? I can't. This is why I can't let this show last this long when we're talking about ages. It's got to be in and out. Just report on this shit and get out because they are crazy out there. Really crazy. In the media, talk to me. In the media on Skype. What up?
Yes, you good?
We hear you.
Yeah, man. Calling from the UK. Definitely, of course, Wilder needs to know what's going on in the pot, man. You know what I mean? You can't just walk into a bloody establishment and don't know what you're getting. You feel me? So, and obviously, if he's fighting, AJ needs to know what the other party's getting as well. But you guys really need to stop with that UK, this, that, and the third, man. This is boxing. It's all about those two fighters. Stop all this UK, US, America shit. We want one champion. I don't care whether you're from US. I don't care whether from the bloody UK. Let's get this champion and let's root for the best boxer. Stop getting mad at the UK callers and UK stop getting mad at the US callers. It's mad. It's petty. These guys are making money and we're arguing amongst each other about UK and US. It's nuts, man. But yeah, that's my time. Yeah, peace.
I mean, you know, you say that, but then AJ's in his interview saying, this is a great moment for British boxing. Oh, British boxing, it got the heavyweight division back. Like, so it's gonna get territorial, Damn, I just seen a quote. Who was it? Don Charles. Don Charles interviewed Dave Joel, and he said, on the AJ Ruiz too. He said the belts are here. The belts are back in Britain or something like that. I gotta check. Let me see the title, bro. But yeah, man, like, bro, you can't ask people not to act that way. He said, yeah, this is Britain. The belts are here. So. Yo, listen, people take pride in that. It's no different than like the Eagles, being. I don't even watch those other sports, but you know how those other sports are, man. They got fans, and fans debate and argue, man. We going out to Mastermind, excuse me. We're going out to a Boomerang in Seattle.
Mr. PBC, baby. BoxingWorks.com. I'm the flyest. Canelo talking about he believe he can win. Go to my kitchen.
get the sharpest knife and cut the bullshit up. I don't care what you do good. I do every fucking thing great.
Mr. PBC, baby.
Yeah, what's good? Mike, what's good? If you're here.
Mike not here.
Oh, okay. Um, this is crazy. I mean, I really think Anthony Joshua's kind of bluffing a little bit. He knows that Deontay Wilder got to fight Tyson Fury, and then he's gonna make his own fight. He's just agreeing to disagree. Making it seem like he's agreeing, but really he's not gonna fuck with Deontay Wilder. But if it does happen, that's beautiful. We can get this UK USA type of shit out the way and really see if Anthony Joshua can hold up his chin. He's like, to me, he reminds me of Mir Khan. Now, he's getting worse and worse every fight. So, this will be beautiful, man. We can get this shit out the way. But first, we need to get past Tyson Fury and then fuck with Anthony Joshua. But I want to know, is he going to still be on the same tactics with the rematch clause, the lion's share?
Man, you know it's gonna be a rematch, but maybe if they do good negotiations, it's a two-way rematch since Wilder's bringing one belt. But you know that the champion got to get a rematch. He's got 4 belts. He got to get a rematch clause. Asking for no rematch is ridiculous.
But is he going to give the same amount of money he's getting? Is he going to do 50-50?
That's the issue. That's the issue. The negotiation.
Deontay Wilder got.
I mean, I think that they just do. The second fight is definitely 50-50. What they agree on the first, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be hard to nail down 50-50 on the second fight. Dom, that is your time though. Let's see. We went to everybody. I think. Sakul, talk to me. Seku.
Hey, Ness, what's up, man?
What up?
What's up, buddy? Good. All right. I agree somewhat with what Kyo said, but let me finish. I think that pretty much John Skipper, from a business point of view, came up with the idea that if he throws out a big $100 million to Deontay Wilder, maybe he'll grab at it. You see? And I don't even think that this was anything to do with Eddie Hearn. I think John Skipper wanted this fight on the zone, and he put out that amount of money to trap Deontay Wilder in the fight. Okay? This is my feeling from a businessman, right? All right. Besides all of that, we all knew that AJ always wanted this fight. He was never afraid of Wilder. He came to the US, he went on ESPN, he was balling out Wilder and Fury, predominantly Wilder, but here it is now, he lost his belt. And he lost his belt to a fighter that he really, if you listen to his interviews, he really didn't understand. Meaning, Andy Ruiz is quick in the pocket, the fastest puncher in the pocket, okay? So it was difficult for him. And he needed to box how he boxed to beat him. He needed to do that because fighting inside the pocket, he would never have beaten Andy Ruiz. This is just reality.
Cut it.
Smithy, talk to me. Smithy?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, first time caller from London, UK.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Yeah, it's me from London. I don't see how this fight's gonna happen at all. I think this is a bluff by AJ, and because he's won his fight and the media's all around him right now. So everyone's saying like, yeah, he gonna fight him in 2020. How is that possible? I don't understand how is it gonna work.
All he got to do is Eddie sits down with Alexander Usyk. Usyk accepts step aside money, does a pay per view in the UK with Chisora, which is something they already wanted to do because Usyk know he not ready no fucking AJ after looking like shit versus Chaz Teaspoon. Okay,
Yeah.
Usyk goes and does that while AJ goes and fights in April. He takes Pulev. Get that old man out the way. Pulev's 39 years old. He ain't got nothing for AJ. And then Wilder fights Fury February 22nd. Winner of that can face AJ the end of 2020. Why not?
But one of the reasons why I'm saying that, I think, is a bluff, right? Because the display against Ruiz, right, last week or whatever, was just so scared. He's a different guy right now. Because if he's running away from Ruiz with no power, really, that can't really move, he fights any guy with power and mobility.
Yeah, but it's like the last caller said, brother. Ruiz is fast in the pocket. That's a different style. Style makes fights.
Well, listen. Well, that means anyone who's got power, that means you got to dance and box and move. Is that what you're saying? Or we're not gonna say that now?
No. It's not about the power. It wasn't about Ruiz's power. It's about Ruiz surprised him. He surprised him with the quick combination punches on the inside. Then he built the game plan for it. Listen, you got to remember, and that is your time. Thank you. But you guys got to remember, AJ and McCracken, they've been working on a plan for Wilder all their career. They just never thought they was gonna face Andy Ruiz. You understand what I'm saying? So there was no plan for Andy. You think they got to go get in the lab for Wilder? They've been watching Wilder fights. The guy that wasn't on the scene was Andy. There was only the Joseph Parker fight. And we all watched that. None of us gave fucking Andy no shot. So to act like, oh, AJ's this different. No, it was with that dude. That dude brought a style like no other. That dude. Nobody else. Wilder style is Wilder style. We've been watching Wilder forever. Ruiz, we never seen Ruiz do this shit. Never. He never looked like that. Ever. Ever. I wish I would have known, man. We would have made some fucking money. Stunner, man. Talk to me.
Yo, what up, Ness?
What up?
All right, so first off, I mean, I was reading an article yesterday, and it was from Bob Arum, and based on what I read, it doesn't seem like, he's going to be willing to take any type of step aside.
I didn't say that. You not listening. I just told the other dude, WBO will let Usyk take step aside. Usyk will fight Chisora on pay-per-view in the UK because they all matchroom. They've already been talking that, right? And Usyk know he not ready after looking like shit with Chaz Teaspoon. And then AJ fights Pulev. Pulev 39 years old, man. That nigga look like shit all his life. He never looked good. I watched the Vlad fight. I watched the Huey fight. I watched the Bagdang Dunu fight. I watched everything. Man, he's a bum compared to AJ.
All right, let's say I agree with you, right? So that would mean that what Wilder would.
That mean Wilder fights Fury in February 22nd, like they said it's supposed to, and the winner, because AJ ain't discriminating. He said Wilder Fury winner must happen 2020. So the winner gets to fight, and the winner might have to pay step aside money to the dude that lost. Now, if it's Wilder, he believes he gonna knock him out so bad Fury ain't gonna want a rematch. So I could see it happen in 2020 if AJ ain't lying. Now remember, AJ saying 2020. AJ saying 2020. So AJ got to send an offer.
So basically, AJ's next fight's gonna be Pulev then, if all of this plays out the way that
I mean, it could go the other way if they give Pulev step aside money. But you got to think. You say Bob said no, but you tell me if Pulev gonna say no to $1 or $2 million worth of step aside. Broner he took 1.5 to let Maidana go. So AJ's big business. You gonna tell me they giving you $1 million not to fight? What was the rumor for Peter Quillen? 500,000 to drop his WBO not to fight Korobov and go take care of your family, your newborn son, his grandfather or his uncle or somebody had just passed. Don't forget, dog. Money is money. $1 million not to fight? 1.5, 2 million? What the fuck is 2 million to AJ in a big fight? You feel me? That ain't nothing to them. That ain't nothing. Listen, it could happen. It could happen. And if he out here with this energy, we need to get behind this energy to make sure it happen. And
Let me just
let's not forget. I just played the audio not too long ago, the interview with him and Johnny Nelson. Like they always said 2020. They always said this on their time. This ain't Wilder time, this daytime.
Hey, let me just add this last point. Something, an article or video I just seen. So apparently, Daniel Dubois is calling out Dylan White, and he wants Dylan White's WBC mandatory spot. So
Nah,
that
nah,
that that
nah, nah, nah. We
hey,
don't want that. We want Dillian White Wilder. We don't
yeah, I
want
know.
that.
I'm just saying though. He wants to smoke.
Nah,
So
nah, nah, nah. Don't let Dubois get that. We need that scout. We want that scout. We want all three. We want 1, 2, 3 top UK heavyweights. Nah. If we let Dubois, no, Dubois might get him out of there. You kidding me? That boy got zero stamina. Dubois young and a puncher. No way. That's Wilder scalp to take. No, no, no. Tell Dubois he got to wait. But Stunner, I got to go. Starf the Don, talk to me. Start off the Don. Unmute. All right, we going to Touch Potential. Talk to me.
Yo.
What up?
Nesky, come back to me, yeah?
Maybe. Stainless
Can you hear me?
Boomerang. Yeah, yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. Touch Potential. Talk to me.
Yeah, what's up, Ness? What you saying, man? Yeah, man. I can't believe we're going back to the same old argument because it's proved that it should be a 50-50 fight. There's no doubt about that. Wilder's done his thing. Can't put, got to put respect on his name. Obviously, I'm an AJ fighter, but I still go back to the fact that Wilder's manager is just the worst manager I've ever seen in my life. Because you go back to that negotiation, and yeah, you said that is it Skipper said that yeah, maybe you made some mistakes, but what did they do when he said that? Did they ring him back? Did they try and renegotiate? Did they come back to the
Yo,
room?
fam.
They always
Think about
walk
this. Think
away.
about this, because I think you're not using all of your brain. All right.
All right, you
Listen to
go
me.
for it.
Listen to me. Wilder, Shelly Finkel, and the man that never is seen, Al Heyman,
Yeah,
all go to the offices of the
yeah,
zone. Keep in
yeah,
mind, Al is never seen. They
correct.
go to the offices. They sit down with John Skipper. Everything's good. Deontay told us on this show, I was so close to taking it. And then when they asked what AJ was getting in the Wilder fight, if it were to happen, they could not know. So
Yeah,
you're
I know
telling me,
that.
hold on. You're telling me that Wilder, Heyman, and Shelley are supposed to leave and then call them back and say, hey, you want to make us another offer? What's the fuck is wrong with you? The
What's wrong
person
with
that
that?
made the
Wait a minute, that's
mistake,
business. That's business.
bruh,
You
I
don't make
gotta
a deal.
go.
You
I
don't make
gotta
a
go,
deal in one
man. I
day.
gotta go. Come on, you're bugging. You're bugging.
That's business. You go back and forth until you get the right deal. That's
Touch.
business.
Touch, listen to
That's
me. Listen to me.
normal.
Listen to me. No, it's not. What's normal is this, okay? You obviously never been to an auction. You never purchased anything. You never
Of
bid
course
on a
I did.
house. No, you didn't. Because if I make an offer or if I decline an offer, if I made the offer, I got to make another one. If you don't
Yeah,
like it,
mate.
okay? If I
Yeah.
made you an offer to come work for TBV and you don't like it, I got to make you another one. Okay?
And he
And if
told him, he said
you
to him,
and
I
if
made a
you
mistake. I made a mistake. Maybe I should have showed you the pot.
all
So then
right.
you
So motherfucker,
so
if
that's
you know
it.
you made a mistake, come show me the pot. Make me a new offer. Stop asking Wilder to call him. Get out of here. Bye. Bye. Fucking crazy. That's what I'm saying. How crazy are y'all? The man already admitted he made a mistake. You want Wilder to pick up the phone and call him. Motherfucker, you fucked up. You call me with the new deal. Jeez Louise with these people. I'm telling you. Donnie, talk to me.
Yeah, man. Big up Ness. Big up TBV. Don't know. Yeah, man. Just a quick one today still. I've just been listening. I feel like people are just like, this is the problem, Ness. Yeah. Let's just look about the fight. Stop worrying about money. Like, how can they be talking about 50-50 really? Like, let's be real, man. If you really want the fight, yeah, you cannot be talking about 50-50. You know Wilder is not even worth half of that, realistically. Yeah. The
So wait a
earnings,
minute.
yeah.
So wait a minute. So Wilder's not even worth 25% because you said he's not worth 50-50, and realistically he's not worth half of that. So he's not worth 25% when Eddie's already said in the media that he was giving him 45.
Yeah, that's just to make the fight because Wilder don't want it. But realistically, Wilder's
Oh
probably worth
boy.
about 22%. Yeah. But,
All right,
like,
man. So you got you
what I'm saying is,
you had your
next, but
troll for
let's
the
be
day,
real though.
man. You
Look at the
had your
earnings.
troll. No, you are being real. You're a troll. You said he's
Nah,
worth you said he's worth 22%. You stood on
okay, the earnings
hold.
of the last
You
fight,
stood
yeah.
on hold
Look
all
at
that time
AJ's
because you
earnings.
thought you was gonna make someone laugh. He's worth
Nah, but next,
22%.
look,
The only heavyweight that's doing American pay-per-view is worth 22%. The only
yes, because
heavyweight that knocked out everybody he's fought. Knocked down
bro,
everybody.
but if we're talking about
Come on,
20%,
bro. You're a clown, man.
20%,
You're a clown. I gotta go, man. I gotta go. I don't got time. I'm not giving y'all time. I'm not clowning with y'all. The fuck? 22%? You a clown. Fucking clowns, man. Mr. PBC, you want your boomerang?
Yes. Good. Hey, we still have to remember how Deontay Wilder's ego is. You know, he's been screwed over twice. You know, like that famous saying, "Fool me once, fool me the second time." You know, it ain't gonna happen. Tyson Fury said the same shit. He ain't never gonna fight Anthony Joshua. He don't like his tactics. He already tried to. You guys have to remember in the UK, Anthony Joshua's getting protected because that's all y'all got out there. I mean, literally, that's all you have. So I mean, he's getting protected. You know, Tyson Fury don't even want to fuck with him because he got these rematch clauses. He got this money bag that is only made for him, and you got to be a contender, a prospect to get the other type of money and be cool with it. You know, that type of shit ain't cool. I mean, this is America. We split 50-50. We get the bag out here. Y'all trying to keep the bag and give a little bit of a bag. You know, that shit don't work. It ain't gonna happen. Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder are gonna go at it, and then Anthony Louise. There is no Anthony Joshua in America. It ain't gonna happen, bro. Cause he wants it in the UK, and it ain't gonna happen either. He wants it on the zone. Let's get him, man. Let's be serious. Ness, I thought you were smart, man. I thought you read up on your shit. It seemed like you don't. That's my call.
Yeah, I don't know what you said because your internet in Seattle is bad, so you went out and then we just heard read up on your shit. But yo, I'm out, man. That's GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Oh, Stainless Boomerang.
Yeah, I guess you go to T Plums first, man.
What you mean? You giving him your
You said
boomerang?
no, you said you skipped them like 4 times, or is that on purpose?
I ain't skipped T Plums. I ain't talked to you today, Plums. We went to Florida.
Nah, man. And you ain't read my super chat.
Oh, my bad. Damn.
Hey, Ness, you blacklist me off the show, man.
Nah, bro. Absolutely not. Never. Yo, I had a
That
Border
intern,
Wars
bro. He be
show.
that intern.
I had a Border Wars show scheduled for like 10:30, bro. So I never blacklist you. I keep rescheduling because there's so many callers. But go ahead, man. I'll read your super chat after the call, or you want it before? I mean, my bad.
You could do it. You could do it afterwards.
All right.
But well, I mean, I'm pretty much gonna say what I was saying in there somewhere. But basically, I want AJ to be serious, but it's hard to believe the boy who cried wolf. And then you see Matchroom got some sort of rotation where they go, oh, Usyk call out Wilder, then Dillian White call out Wilder, and then AJ call out Wilder, and then it's like it's this rotation that they got going on where it's like you call out Wilder for a while and then stop, and then you call him out again, then the next person do it. It's like that Matchroom heavyweight rotation. Also, as you see the bottom of every year, like at the end of the year, we're always saying Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder next year. And it happens every year. That's why it's hard to believe. I want to believe AJ, but you know what I'm saying? His team is the same team that be like, oh, deals aren't made in the public, but they're doing exactly what they saying, don't make deals. So it's hard to believe them as much as I want to. And you know what I'm saying? That is what it is. To be honest,
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm with you to a certain extent, like, but we can't hold people to, certain statements forever. Like, everybody realized social media is definitely an avenue. Like, Andy Ruiz got his biggest shot on social media. So to say that deals don't get made on social media and YouTube channels, that was just a mistake on AJ's part. Like, yes, they do. Everybody knows. Timothy Moulton made it to be AJ's spawn partner. He got a fight now in January, and Matchroom's bringing him back on another card, all because of his social media and getting in people DMs. So to say that that's not, I mean, look, we can't hold them to that. I know you want to say, look, that's the hypocrisy, but that's also the evolution. He realizes now that the social media is powerful. He realizes now that he can't just say in an interview, "Yeah, give me 50 million." He realizes it's real. He realizes it. His manager, trainer Rob McCracken said it on that interview on Sky Sports before the fight. Like, yo, the social media got to him after the loss. So yeah, he realized social media now is real. Shit is real. Stainless, talk to us, Boomerang.
Yo, man, I'm gonna stay a firm believer that I'm saying that's what Anthony Joshua working towards. But at the same time, I'm gonna stay focused on the Wilder Fury fight. You know what I'm saying? That's what's coming up. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's what's more important. I'm not trying to take any shine away from this fight or this hypothetical fight right now. But I still want him to focus on Fury because I think he's gonna body Fury, and I think that's gonna show, if nothing else, where this whole 50-50 argument can stop. We all know Wilder is a champion. We all, we all know his star power and that his star power has grown in the last year and a half. So, that's all I got on that. To my UK callers, man, to y'all supporters, man, of boxing who can talk all boxing and not just AJ and Wilder, man, big ups to you. But to you sheep, man, y'all make it hard to listen. That's all I got, man. As always say, please make sure you push the thumbs up. Share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast because it's TBV for life. And if you ain't on Patreon, it's because you stupid. And shout out to El Camino. Peace.
Yo. Deal with this behind closed doors because a lot of negotiations can go on over social media and YouTube channels and stuff. But
Yes. But I believe him, man. His energy's different. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Energy's different than in the past. Bomb Boxing, you want your boomerang?
Yeah, Ness, I appreciate you doing that. Kicking that damn troll off of there. Deontay Wilder, we have to admit, and even you guys have to admit, he's still an undefeated fighter. He's still got his O. Okay? So don't come at me with he's not even worth half of the 50%. I mean, that's some troll shit. Like Stainless said, let's focus on him getting Fury out of there, and I believe he will. And then if Anthony Joshua was serious about this, instead of just, trying to get, his perception back to being the man, then it is what it is. But like he said, I appreciate everybody here. Thank you, TBV. Thank you, all the real fans that stick around and chat after the show. And we'll get at you.
Bomb Boxing, man. Thanks for calling in. That is everyone. I want to thank everybody for calling in. Let me make sure. Dom, I went to you twice already, right, Dom? And I mean, obviously, Mr. PBC.
Hold on, you said my second call was bad, so.
All right, go for it.
Yes. What I was saying, hold on one sec. What I was saying in my second call is we already know that Deontay Wilder has been said he doesn't want to do anything with Anthony Joshua. Same thing with Tyson Fury. They both ran into the same situation with the UK and Eddie Hearn does.
Yeah, bro, but we can't live in the past. We
No.
can't do
What
that.
I'm saying is Anthony Joshua now needs to step up and get out that circle and do what Tyson Fury does. Meet up with Deontay Wilder. Negotiate yourself. A promoter just promotes. He doesn't make he doesn't talk for you every day. He needs to talk for himself. Represent
I
UK.
believe all they got to do now is send an offer, and
No,
yeah,
they need to sit down. They need to sit down and talk
you
it
ain't
out
got
like
to sit
Tyson
down.
Fury
If the
did.
numbers is right, we gonna sit down. That's the point.
Yeah, but
If the
last
offer's
time
right,
Anthony Joshua sat down and said something, Eddie Hearn stepped in.
but you're
He
not
keep
getting
on
it.
saying what he
You're not
wants.
getting it.
Anthony
If the
Joshua said it's
offer
cool.
is right, we
Man,
will
come on now.
sit
How's
down.
someone gonna listen to you? You always don't even know what you remember or say. I say Anthony Joshua
Let's
sits
get me
down
in
with
there. What the
Deontay
fuck? I
Wilder.
know what the fuck I'm talking about.
And that's my call.
Listen, man. If they send the right offer, Wilder and them gonna come on their own. They gonna come sit down. You don't need to sit down without no offer. Fuck we sitting down for? Why Wilder don't want to talk to Eddie or AJ? Only thing that's gonna make them talk is Shelly picking up the phone saying, "Yo, I just received the email said XYZ. Does that seem interesting to you?" And if it seem interesting, they gonna go over there and sit down. What you mean? I don't know, yo. But anyway, I'm out. NestGTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Don't forget, you can hit that thumbs up button in the future, the present, the past. It doesn't matter. It helps out with the visibility of the show. It helps us grow. We want to get to 200K. We want to be able to cover every fight. We want to be able to continue to do this show daily. As you can see, I'm 7 days a week. I love talking boxing. I love when AJ or Wilder or Canelo or someone drops a quote and it gives us something to talk about. So I appreciate every one of you guys that call in and participate and hit the thumbs up button and share the show because without you, there is no me. Catch me on the next one. I'm going right back live for Border Wars. Border Wars is going to be in Texas. If you don't know what Border Wars is, please stick around. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I'm going to be, talking Border Wars and giving you guys a quick update. We're going to be doing Border Wars in Dallas, Texas, the week after the Deontay Wilder fight. So it'll be on the February 29th. It is a leap year. We'll have our own Border Wars fights. If you don't know what Border Wars is, in the meantime, you can search it right here on our YouTube channel. Just put in the search bar, Border Wars, and check out all the free content that we have there. And if you want more exclusive Border Wars content, you can check out the most recent seasons, which are only on patreon.com/The Boxing Voice, where you can also catch our podcast of Untitled. And you can catch me there later on today with the betting show. So I'll catch you guys on the next Border Wars right here at youtube.com/The Boxing Voice. Peace.